Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season. Keeping with the theme of last week, I am a highbrow Negro yet again this week.
Okay.
Joyhdae.
All right.
You got to come get your friend. You got to come get your friend, the one that they call my wife, because I can't take it anymore. I really can't. Let me tell you.
Not the one they call my wife. That I cannot. Continue.
All right, I'm gonna set it up for y'all. All right. So we had one of those rare moments where the children were able to go visit with their grandparents.
Mhm.
Not rare; they do that pretty often, but like it was needed.
Right.
So they went to go visit their grandparents. So the wife and I had the house to ourselves.
Mhm.
So on the way back from dropping them off in Queens, we decided, the wife's Haitian, so we decided to go to our favorite Haitian spot to get some food on the way home after we realized that we couldn't go to the movies because timing wise, we missed the last showing of. All right, great. So we got some Haitian food on the way home. We're like, you know what? This is a nice time to, just watch a movie at home with the good food.
Mhm.
I wasn't able to take my wife to see said movie that we were about to watch, and so I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." She wanted to see it. I'm gonna make sure I get that movie, and we gonna watch that movie. I said, "All right." She's been really wanting to watch it. I didn't necessarily want to watch it, and I think I mentioned that on the show, but I was just like, all right, I'm a good husband. We gonna watch this movie.
Mhm.
Like, I'm losing time on my life because of this lady. I'm just saying, I can't get this time back. I cannot. What movie did we watch, Ryan? Ooh, Joyhdae asked me, what movie did we watch?
What movie did you watch, Ryan?
Bad Boys Ride or Die, or Bad Boys 4, Joyhdae.
Did not like Bad Boys 4. You did not enjoy it.
Joyhdae. That was the dumbest. It wasn't the dumbest movie. It was one of the dumbest movies I've seen this year. What are we talking about, Joyhdae? Like, what's happening in this movie? What is happening in this movie?
I don't know if I can trust you.
Joyhdae, one of the scenes, his son was locked up in a cage. They were transporting said person. Somehow they shot up the pilots, and now this plane is falling down. They somehow catch a pulley so that this guy doesn't go flying out the back of the airplane because the bad guys didn't flew off with their parachutes. So now they're trying to hold this thing. Meanwhile, Lord knows this helicopter is taking forever to fall down to the ground. So then they finally get him out of this cage before the cage falls out, and they save him. Now said son that they just saved from the cage now has to save them because he's a helicopter pilot because
he used to be a drug mule. Yeah, Armando was bad in Bad Boys 3. Now Armando had skills.
And then he was so good in this one. Like,
nah, he was still an asshole. It was still a little great. First of all, Armando was fine as shit. Okay. First of all, Armando. Listen, I watch shows that have dragons, and I watched all the Captain Americas and the Black Panthers and all that other stuff. I could suspend reality for an action movie.
They were trying so hard to be funny. They could have gave my girl Tasha Smith more lines. There's so many things.
Funny? Tasha Smith was her and Tiffany Haddish were so unnecessary to me because I need the original wife back. And I know why they put Tasha Smith in there for that whole Marcus bit, but I needed my original wife. And I don't know where she was in that, where she couldn't play Marcus's wife. Right. But I did not like Tasha Smith because I knew why they put it in there for Marcus, but they could have kept it. Her and Tiffany Haddish could have been kept. Oh, but I'm glad is it on Fandango at home now or like Prime at home?
No.
Where's it streaming? Because I might watch it again tonight.
It's for rent. It's for rent. And I was gonna spend money on movies anyway, and so I was like, you know what? Let me rent this. Actually, I'm gonna throw my own self under the bus. I'm tired of throwing this is gonna be the last time I'm throwing my wife on the bus.
Lies.
By the way, we'll see. Lies. But I'm gonna
hit you with your solar plexus. I haven't said that in a while, but I hope when she watches or listens to this episode, she goes straight for your solar plexus because you've been throwing her under the bus for weeks now. I'm just letting you know.
When y'all say, "Oh man, this man had at least 2 more days left in life," just remember these episodes because I can't get this time back.
I'm surprised. I thoroughly enjoyed Bad Boys 4, but
No,
continue.
thank you.
It was mindless fun.
Action for action's sake is not a movie for me. I need a story. I need good acting. I need it to flow. I need it to make sense. Like
I get you. Okay, if that's what action movies are for you, because I can do action for action's sake.
I forgot the name of the lady who played the U.S. Marshal that was hunting them down.
Oh yeah, I can't remember her name either, but I know who you're talking about.
She is a phenomenal actress. Phenomenal. And they wasted her talents on this terrible script and terrible directing. All I'm saying is, come on.
I had a ball, and when it's streaming on HBO in like a couple of weeks, I will be having me a mocktail while watching, because I thoroughly enjoyed Bad Boys 4. I like mindless. The only movies that I want to think and it needs to make sense for me is horror movies, because when they don't make sense, I can't get scared. You know what I mean? Action movies don't need to have any real, like, I just like the action and I like laughing. And Armando was shirtless. Armando. That
so,
man.
And that was another thing.
Sorry. Woo.
That was another thing. These old geezers, we're supposed to believe that they haven't retired yet from the police force. They get 20 years and they done, and they got a full pension and everything.
Some people like their jobs. Time out though. You had to like the sequence with Reggie though.
Yes. Okay. So this is my point that I was getting to. Okay. So this is my point. They brought in Armando. They brought in Reggie and all these people. All right. They brought in these people so that they can do all the actual stunt moves, because these two old geezers couldn't do it, and they was just like, "Oh no, we will not. We just here to collect the check." That's what this was. That's exactly what this movie was.
Like I said on one of my TikToks, they could make Bad Boys 25. Marcus and Michael take the nursing home. If they could give me 35 million Fast and Furiouses, I want 35 Bad Boys movies. You understand me?
They could have kept that. How are you today? How are you today?
Am actually,
we don't keep going.
Yeah, we would. I'm actually well. Been doing my civic duty and working hard for this Kamala campaign. I'm not gonna get into politics this week. But I have never.
You gotta work hard. Her team is working very hard.
Her team is working hard, but they've done a lot of organizing calls, and I've been on multiple of them, and I feel like I have a third job. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm always on somebody's Zoom learning how to message right and get people together. Not together, but like motivated. You know what I mean? But I'm good. I've had a decent week. I had my friends here last week, like I told you, for a pool day, which was phenomenal. Yes. Until I got sick, which is not new to anybody, because y'all know I don't like people. And even though my girls didn't make me sick, I think just being at the pool on a day when there were lots of people got me sick, and I just don't like people. But my friends had a good time. We had Korean barbecue. We drank at the pool. We caught up on life. We came upstairs. I got sick. I had to lay down, and then them bitches left me and went to dinner and continued their night without me, which
they should,
deserved.
Which is deserved. They came all the way across the Verrazano Bridge. And so isn't Amy?
They did.
Like, who told you to get sick?
I told them. I know, and I told them to leave, because it was no way I was going to get better. I knew what was going on, and I was like, yeah, I'm down for the count. And I was actually down for the count when I woke up. It was after midnight, and they were like, hey, let us know when you get home, to everybody within the group. So they were out. They were outside.
Outside.
And so I got sick, and I got sick to the point where I basically fell asleep, woke up, undressed and cold and confused as to why all these things were happening at one time. But shout out to my girls, because, I had a great time with them. They want to do it again. I may try to get them out here one more time before pool season ends. I'm waiting on you and your wife to tell me when y'all want to come out here before the pool closes.
I done told you at the beginning of this episode to get your girl together. That has nothing to do with me. That's all y'all. But,
I'll reach out to her after we record so we can get y'all on the schedule. But that's it. How about you? How's life going? How are you doing?
Life's been good. I've been focused. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all all the time, I'm going on this solo trip for my birthday. And right before we got on here, I was telling you how I just feel like it's like tomorrow and I'm leaving tomorrow. But like time is like, no, bitch. You got to wait for the revolutions.
I was like, slow your roll, sir. Slow your roll. We got to get through August first.
But I've been getting ready. I got global entry.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. I'm pretty excited about that. I got a Switch that's not the girls' Switch so that I can, entertain myself on the flight. I booked my accommodations and all of that stuff, so I am ready to go.
You're on a roll.
Ready to go. It was a very productive week.
Okay.
So I'm having a good time. Yes.
All right. This week is a lot. There's a lot happening this week. I'm going to start with the game.
All right. She's going to try to make me look like an idiot, by the way, because last week...
I'm not.
My black card was still intact.
Your black card was intact. Mm-hmm. But I did take a page out of your book. Mm-hmm. And I was actually... I don't know if TikTok be spying on my phone, but I was scrolling through TikTok. And this game came up. And it basically is called... Well, it is called... Can you graduate from 8th grade grammar class? And so I'm going to ask you, like you've asked me, questions from 1st grade to 8th grade grammar questions and see how you do. Simple, to the point. Okay?
Let's see.
1st grade, super easy. In grammar, what's a person, place, or thing?
A noun.
Yay. What do we call the thing that replaces a noun, like he, she, or it?
Wow. That's right there, and I don't know. Oh wow, Ryan.
I'll give you a hint.
Go ahead.
The conservatives get upset about this when people say they have these.
Wow. I didn't know I had to think this episode today. Oh my God. I guess I'm dumb. Kindergarten, there we are.
You're not.
Because I know it. It's just not there.
You know it. It's on the tip. When I say it, you're going to be like, that's what it is. Pronoun.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking in my brain, which is probably going to be one of these answers. I was like, it's add something. It can't be adverb because we're talking about noun, so it can't be add noun. Add noun don't sound right. Pronoun,
what do we call the name of a specific person, place, or thing, like Mary or New York? Mary being the name, because I know it sounds like I'm saying I want to marry you, but
proper noun.
There you go.
Boom.
What do we call the word that connects proper sentences like and, but, or? I'm gonna sing the tune that's gonna give it to you.
Okay, so the connection is not connecting. So I'm hearing every other sound. So I have no idea what you're humming.
Do you want the answer, or do you know the answer?
Why do I want to say? Is it like a word that starts with a P?
No.
Well, then I don't know what it is.
Conjunction. What's your function?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even. I didn't know. I wouldn't have known from that either. So, conjunction. Yes. All
now
right.
We're up to 5th grade.
Okay.
What is the term for a word that modifies a verb or adjective, often ending in ly or ly?
Adverb.
There you go. 6th grade. What is the punctuation mark used to show possession or contraction?
You said a punctuation mark?
Mm-hmm. Used to show possession or contraction.
Possession or contraction? What the hell? Oh, man. I'm going to throw something out there. Might not be right. Does it start with an H?
No.
No. Well, I don't know what it is. Damn. I told y'all she was trying to make me look like an idiot.
No, I'm not. Apostrophe. I honestly said, since Ryan be knowing all the words, and like his
Ryan don't be knowing all the words. You be knowing all the words. What are we talking about?
Ryan's grammar is, like top notch.
Fairly okay, but all the proper terms for those things, who knows?
I'm going to tell you, 8th grade, you may not know because I didn't know until they did it. So I'm not even really expecting you to know 8th grade.
Okay.
But
all right.
7th grade, what punctuation mark is used to join two independent clauses without a conjunction?
Hyphen?
No.
No, punctuation?
It's a punctuation mark.
A punctuation. Say it again. To do what? What does it do?
What punctuation mark is used to join two independent clauses without a conjunction? It starts with an S.
A semicolon.
There you go.
All right.
Last one, 8th grade. Now,
Man,
I didn't know
this. This is
so
good and terrible.
If you know this, which I wouldn't be surprised because you be knowing the most obscure shit.
Could be.
I'm a side-eye you.
Let's see.
What do we call a word that derives from a verb but functions as a noun?
Word that derives from a verb but functions as a noun. Give me a hint. First letter.
G.
Oh. What? Wow, I guess I'm going to learn something new today.
It's called a gerund.
Oh, wow. Nah.
Right? I ain't never heard that word.
Never. You saying it right?
Something. Yeah. Gerund.
Wow.
Let me say something. When I heard that answer, I had to go do my Googles because I thought the person who put this up, I was like, you just making shit up, bruh, because I have never heard of that term before. And it's a legitimate term. I said,
Wow. For those that are watching and not listening, you might see me patting my head with a napkin. It's not because I'm sweating because these questions are so hard. I'm sweating because it's 198 degrees outside, and I got the AC off so y'all can hear what I'm saying. I'm just want to preface.
He's not practicing to be a preacher.
The dew that you see on my face is not because my wife sprayed that makeup mist on my face. It's because it's hot. All right.
I can't wait for her to hit you in your solar plexus. So, I told you that I had a new segment that I wanted to try out. I don't know how far this is going to go. This may be a one and done situation. Okay. But oftentimes when we do the show, you say that Virgos are polarizing figures.
Yes.
So that got me thinking, and then it kind of evolved into something else. So I'm calling this segment Virgo Duality.
Okay.
So we know that, like you said, Virgos can be polarizing. So I am going to tell you about two Virgos who have led completely different lives, but still have like Virgo tendencies, which is what makes them what they are. Okay. So we're going to start with the good. So the good is, and actually, this is actually a relative of mine, which I think is hilarious. I didn't even know he was a Virgo, but shout out to him. Curtly Ambrose. So Curtly Ambrose is a cricket legend born on September 21st in Antigua in Barbuda.
Oh, wow. We're born on the same cusp. All right.
He's 6'7" and known for his incredible skill as a fast bowler. He was a key player for the West Indian cricket team in the late 80s and 90s, famous for performances like taking 7 wickets for just 1 run against Australia in 1993. Off the field, he's known for being calm, reserved, which is a contrast to his fierce presence in the game. Since retiring, he's been rocking the music scene and was even inducted into the International Cricket Council Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Next up is the bad. We have Mark Goodell. And this is so just different. Mark Goodell is known as the baseline killer. Born on September 6th, Goodell terrorized the Phoenix metro area between August 2005 and June 2006. He committed 9 murders, 15 sexual assaults, 11 kidnappings, and a bunch of armed robberies. He was meticulous, often wearing disguises and impersonating different personas, which shows how Virgo attention to detail can go dark.
Right.
The police were on it, thankfully, and DNA evidence linked him to the crimes, leading to his arrest and conviction. He's now serving multiple death penalties and over 1,600 years in prison.
Sounds about right.
So, Virgos are very polarizing. Goes to show that even though their paths going to be different, they both, put their minds to something.
All right.
I was able to do it. A little dark with Mark Goodell. First, it was just going to be Virgos who kill. But then I was like, I don't need y'all to think that I'm even more of a psycho than y'all already do.
No, we're learning some new things, so that's good. However, this doesn't surprise me at all. Like every year or so, we get a list of serial killers, and then when you look at the birth dates, the majority of the lists
is
Virgos.
Yeah, that's actually how it started too.
Makes sense.
I was looking and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And then I was
yeah. I mean, again, I this is what I say. anything we put our minds to, we're gonna be hella good at it. The one that was born on my birthday that supposedly shot the man that was in office last term.
Mm-hmm.
He actually did it. Like anybody else might not have made it before.
Yeah, no.
Like he actually got to do it.
No.
You know,
yeah.
which is saying something. Determination,
for good
right?
or bad. Good or bad. he got close. He
did something.
Yeah,
he did something.
I mean, he's in the history books now. When
It's
they teach this in 2050, his name will be in the history books. Right?
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Good or bad.
It's one of those things. It's just people are going to be like, but he didn't actually finish the job. I want to see you try something like this. You wouldn't get close. It's just like the people they talking about at the Olympics. Oh, you only got a bronze medal. Oh, you didn't even medal at the Olympics today.
But I would like to see you try.
At the Olympics?
But I would like to see you try. We're going to talk about the Olympics.
Okay.
But really quickly, Donald Trump sat on the stage for the National Association of Black Journalists in Chicago. They have a conference. And somebody convinced that man to let them interview him. And it was a shit show. And it's nothing but more than what he deserves. Because now people are talking about him being racist, which we've all known he's racist. But now it's put it more at the forefront of how racist he is because of how he answered the questions and how he treated the black journalists. Mm-hmm. I will say this. I don't think it's going to be an easy road for Kamala, but I have never seen the Republicans on such a defensive they've been on defensive since Kamala has been announced as the presumptive Democratic nominee, and I love it.
Listen, anyone that's going to call us the blacks, I mean, that's already saying something, all right? I was thinking of making a T-shirt that said "The Blacks for Kamala," something like that, But I don't have much expectations for that man, and
neither do I. But it's just
whatever.
funny too because like I said last week, they've had a lot of calls with lots of groups, black women, black men, Latinos, whatever. And they're upset and they're saying that it's racist, that they're separating groups or whatever. Meanwhile, Trump has gotten on TV many times and at his rallies with his Blacks for Trump whole thing, which includes white people wearing Blacks for Trump T-shirts. But I digress.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. I just needed to get that off. So there's been a lot of things happening this week. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the ridiculous and shit that nobody should really care about. R. Kelly is asking the Supreme Court to overturn his sex crime convictions. So he is saying that the statute of limitations had expired for the crimes which he was convicted of, as the alleged conduct occurred in the 1990s. The appeal centers on whether the PROTECT Act, which extended the statute of limitations indefinitely for child sex crimes, applies to Kelly's case. His defense contends that Illinois' shorter statute of limitation should govern the case since the alleged crimes occurred before the act's passage. I want everybody that is on R. Kelly's defense team to go to hell.
Because they can't be paying him. They're doing this for clout. They're doing this so that they can make a name for themselves. There's no way he's paying them. And what is the purpose of this? Do you actually believe that if you believe in heaven and hell, that you doing this is going to help you get to heaven? Because this is not a noble act. It's not a noble act at all. No.
This is a straight escalator ride to hell. You get up there and you just land at the top of the first step of the escalator and just going down. They don't even want to hear you at the pearly gates because what are you doing?
Man, who knew that I was going to talk about R. Kelly in August of 2024? 2024. Thought he was gone.
There was something going around that if you listen to R. Kelly's music, his victims get paid from the royalties. That is lies, people. They got paid retroactively before from certain music. There was a thing going around for a very long time that people were saying, I just found out that if you listen to R. Kelly's music, that the money goes to his victims. They did get royalties from him, but that's done. You listen to his music now, they're not getting paid anything. It's going to R. Kelly. So let's not bring that back. Let's not make that a thing. Let's leave him where he is.
I just really gotta question people in their thought processes. Age Ain't Nothing But a Number is a song written by R. Kelly, right? Which means that in theory, you listen to that song, he'll get paid for that song. But we are trying to give his victims money from the royalties. But the message of the song you're trying to listen to, in order for those people to get their royalty checks or money or whatever, is the very song that put him there in the first place. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, let's just, it's not curling all the way over for me. I don't get it.
I will say that I just really don't understand why people think he's as great as they, like, I'm not going to hold you and act like I didn't listen to R. Kelly songs every once in a while, but I never had a playlist of R. Kelly music. You know what I mean? So the way people are carrying on like he's Michael, another Virgo Jackson, I need y'all to chill.
Even after they saw this man piss all over children, you know.
He paid that girl with a bag of now and laters. A bag of now and laters, y'all. Anyway, keeping up with the trash. Tory Lanez is trying to say that he submitted a 45-page habeas petition seeking resentencing because it includes a new statement from Jaquan Smith, who is his former bodyguard and driver who did not testify during the original trial. Now, let me be clear. Jaquan was supposed to testify, but Tory Lanez's own attorneys figured that it would do more harm than good to allow him to testify. But so what's happening is Sean Kelly, who was another witness, testified about a violent altercation between two women near a car the night of the shooting. He was reported seeing flashes he believed were gunshots, but did not see a gun. He initially thought a woman fired the first shot, followed by a shorter gentleman firing 4 or 5 shots while appearing very angry. An 80-minute interview with Kelsey obviously did what it had to do, where she neither denied nor said what was happening. So there's a lot of contradictions and inconsistencies between Sean Kelly and Kelly Harris. They're both with Kelsey's stories. His statement is basically a critical part of the habeas petition because while specific details are not provided, Smith's restatement is being used to support Lane's request for a resentencing. He's seeking resentencing based on new evidence and witness statements that were not presented during the trial. It underscores the ongoing complexities in his case, highlighting new evidence and a potential impact on the legal proceedings and final verdict. I don't think this is going to go the way Tory Lanez thinks it's going to go because, again, he was on probation handling a firearm, which is what they took him to trial for. They did not take him to trial for actually shooting Megan. But the fact that he had and discharged at some point a firearm. Yeah. So even if Kelsey was the one who shot Megan in the foot, that does not matter because you should not have been around the gun, nor should you have handled the gun at any point in time. And if your attorneys were not just trying to get money from you, they would tell you that to your face. This is not Rock Nation's fault. Rock Nation will not crumble because you, sir, are an idiot.
Right. Also, I recently heard that he's put out 2 new songs from jail, which he recorded over the phone to his producer someplace else, and they made the music. And they're like toting the fact that this is like a marvel of technology and things like that. But somehow I feel like that might be a violation of some sort. So,
and let's not act like
Sean I don't know.
Didn't do that back in the day when he was locked up for Diddy. I distinctly remember Sean putting in a verse back in the day on a track for somebody when he was locked up, and we didn't have we didn't have what we have now. So it's not no marvel that it's been done, sir. It's been done before. Again, you were late to the game. Just like you should deport him. Please just deport him. Let him serve 2 more years and then deport his ass back to Canada.
What else you got?
Okay, I'm going to switch it up to lighthearted.
Okay.
I love Flava Flav. I never thought I would say those words.
Flavor Flav.
But I love Flava Flav. So, for those of you who don't know, Flava Flav has been bringing increased attention to the women's water polo team. He's literally their official, sponsor. He saw online that someone from the women's team had basically tweeted out that it's hard for this team to like survive, basically. Like they don't have money, they can't pay rent, they can't live, even though they're like gold medalists in this sport. Maggie Steffens, who's the team captain, posted on Instagram about the financial struggles Olympians face while pursuing their dreams. He responded by offering to sponsor the team, providing support and resources. And when I tell you he's done that and then some, it's been amazing to see.
Yeah. I mean, first off, if y'all know me, y'all know every 4 years I'm locked into the Olympics. I'm locked. All I'm going to say right now as far as the Olympics go, the women's everything is killing everything. When I tell you, water polo was one of the first events of the Olympics, and when I was like, wait a second, these women are treading water. They are hustling and bustling and wrestling each other and throwing balls like God knows how fast at each other at net. Like, I'm like, yo, this is elite competition. And for going back to what I was saying earlier, talking about people don't medal or whatever the case, try to get to the Olympics first off. Just try to get there.
Right.
Like, this is crazy. And so to find out that, you know, a lot of these people who are Olympic athletes are not really like raking in the dough, and like they all have to spend all this money in order to train and do all the things necessary to get to this elite level. The fact that somebody like Flava Flav can bring attention and bring his funds and awareness and all of this stuff to a sport that nobody really would have known about or paid any attention to, and for us to find a new appreciation for said sport is amazing. The man is actually doing like a great service, and I'm pretty happy about it. It's very noble of him, and more of that from a lot of you.
He had Spike Lee watching them. Like, he's had so many like famous people come by and watch these women and support these women. And then just recently, actually, a young black girl was on her Twitter saying that she's about to go to the Olympics, but she doesn't even know if she can't afford to pay her rent she's short on her rent for the next month.
Wow.
And he saw that, or I guess 7,000 people saw it, and he somehow saw it, and then he was like, hey, like, hit me in the DMs, like, I want to help you. Wow. Which then led to Serena's husband getting involved and cash apping her money. So her rent is now paid off for a year. And
wow.
And like, he's like, I'll help you any way that I know how. And like, his commitment to being a girl dad, amazing. His commitment to being a believer in women athletes is a lesson that a lot of people need to pay attention to, because I'm not gonna hold you, I didn't even know Flav had it like that, money wise. You know what I mean? Like, I knew Flav had money, but the way that he's moving is letting me know that Flav is paid.
Flav is paid, and the thing is, you don't really have to be super paid in order to do what he's doing. It's like just through, you know, like, there's people that make hella more money that do far less, you know? And so it's just like, I'm not counting his money, or I don't know how much money he's making, but just the effort alone is where it comes from. Like, is where it's at. And like, even if he doesn't have the money, he's going to find ways through his access in order to get the money, you know? He's so committed. Dope. I heard he's committed for the next 5 years for both the women and the men's team, you know? So this is amazing. Amazing.
Like, come on. And watching him on social, like, he's having the time of his life. And like, I love that for Flav. Like, who would have thought Public Enemy Flava Flav would be, you know what I mean? Like, America's like uncle. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, I saw him they got him in the water with a water polo hat, and like, man was actually like treading water and actually, you know, doing the things. And I was like, Black people don't tend to know how to swim, period. And so the fact that he didn't drown and he was actually keeping up for a little bit for that old man status, like, listen, I want to have that type of energy when I'm however old he is. He got to be in his 60s at least.
We got to protect Flava Flav at all costs. Like, we have to protect him, because just seeing him, like, I don't know, it does something to my heart. Him and Snoop Dogg be at the Olympics having the time of his life. Do you understand me?
Snoop got paid, so Snoop was having the time of his life.
And I understand that, but like, watching Snoop watch these sports and his reaction to things is another level of joy I did not know that I needed. And I think a part of it too is just how to this day, like, black men don't get the opportunity to just enjoy things and be happy without being, you know what I mean, like, uber masculine. And it's just so dope to see, like, a gangster rapper who used to walk around telling people that he shoots people for fun, getting hyped off of, like, Simone Biles doing a triple-double. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, I'm on a mission to change that perception as I cackle here on this show with you every single week, because if you knew me before, years before, people called me scary without knowing who the hell I was. I wore black all the time, like 24/7, 365. Like, it was one of those sort of things. So just to, catch me in a purple X-Men t-shirt last week and cackle all the time, like, that's growth, and I want to be the example for other black men to do that, because I agree. I feel like everybody's always so hard, as they want to say, and like, that's not necessary. That's not gonna preserve our life. It's actually gonna take some time off of your life. So just take some time to enjoy a little chuckle from time to time. That's all I'm going to say. That's my PSA.
with the Colgate smile at the end. That's my PSA. Mm-hmm. From that to nonsense, I need Curtis 50 Cent Jackson to get off of Jay-Z and Beyonce's nuts. Okay? And I need him to do that expeditiously. So he was recently like this week, he has a cover story in the Hollywood Reporter, in which he alleged that Jay-Z and Roc Nation tried to exclude him from performing at the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. and Kendrick. He claims that Jay did not want him to be a part of the lineup, but then 50 Cent said that he would withdraw if 50 did not perform.
Eminem said, not 50. Eminem said
That's
he would
what I
withdraw.
mean. Eminem said, excuse me. Eminem said he would withdraw if 50 did not perform, which then I guess alleviated that, whatever. And so he says that, like, for some reason he thinks Jay-Z's jealous of him. Okay.
Jealous? I don't know if jealous is the word. A great dislike? Potentially, yes. I could say that. I could say that, but like, jealous, I can't see that.
So then they start talking about the Grammys, and he goes on to say that he suggested that Grammy voters might be biased in favor of Beyonce, implying that they frequently visit her house. He mentioned that her numerous Grammy wins suggest favoritism in the voting process. She doesn't really make great music, he kind of alluded to.
Okay now.
And
let's get real now.
I just want him to stop. Okay?
He really must.
You have 5 studio albums under your belt. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure people can only name the first 2 unless they are full Curtis Jackson fans. Neither one of those albums, because Vance already divided the world when he asked people which albums were life-changing for them, and for some reason a lot of people said Get Rich or Die Trying. So I'm not gonna belittle that album. But sir, you don't have great taste.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Because none of the people you signed have gone on to do anything phenomenal with their music career. And I used to love Young Buck. You can tell me that I wasn't gonna be Mrs. Young Buck.
Oh man, okay? you was gonna marry a lot of different people today.
I was none of
which has panned out.
I was a bird with aspirations. Okay?
Oh man!
And my aspirations were to be a rap wife at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you can still do it.
Buck, no, unless he's already established. No,
there's no time like the present. There's no time like the present.
Absolutely, and this is not me shitting on somebody's dreams, but I just don't have the patience to watch you put out mediocre music and think that I'm going to be your number one fan. And those are the ones that's going to... Like, I have friends who make great music now, and I'm like, somebody really needs to put you on. You know what I mean? Right. I know the type of men that like me. They're only going to make mediocre music. And now I'm going to have to invite you to one of his shows for you to stand 7 feet above me, and I'm going to look back, and you're going to be looking at me like, why the fuck am I here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But getting back to Curtis Jackson.
Right.
We don't care.
Just to go back to what you were saying, Get Rich or Die Trying, for me, as I lived in Queens during that time, you couldn't do anything without 50 Cent being at the helm of it at the time. The man was on top of the world. So I can't say that the man didn't have hits, because literally Get Rich or Die Trying is a top to bottom album. I don't care what
his only one.
I don't care what y'all say. And then the thing with 50 is a cancer. Again, I'm married to a cancer. My mother's a cancer. Aunts that's cancers. Friends that are cancers. Too many cancers in my life. July, like I said, runs me ragged. I can't. I don't have any space for any more cancers. So I understand the emotion and the petty that comes with cancer. And so 50, like the thing about cancers is when they get locked in on something, there's no peeling them off of that until they're dead. Like they're on it, regardless of how long it takes for their petty to come to fruition or whatever. Like they on it. So he has a thing with Jay-Z, that's gonna be for life. He has a thing fine. With whomever, that's the thing for life. He's a villain, that's his thing for life, So,
His issue with Beyonce, and I'm not going to hold you, is the fact that she took that song he did when she made her version of it and was outpacing his version of the song, of his own song, and then he made them pull it from everywhere. Do you remember that song?
No,
I don't remember the name. I don't.
But the thing is, Beyonce gonna outpace anybody, really, honestly.
And that's true.
You can't say that she's not good, like she don't make good music remix, because
that's what she did. That's the song she did. In the club. Remember when she did that?
No, I don't remember.
I'm that hot
it.
something chick, something. She did a song. She did the In the Club remix.
Interesting.
Where she basically flipped all the lyrics, and it was about her, and it was catching steam.
I gotta go find it now.
Yeah, this was when this is when Baby B was coming out. You know what I mean? Like she was just getting her feet wet with her solo career, and this is when people would actually remix songs and not just throw a verse on there. Like they would actually take over songs. Right. She did that. It started to do really, really well. While his was just it was doing well, but Beyonce was doing Beyonce things. He didn't like it, and then it got pulled from wherever. Yeah. You can find it on YouTube, I'm sure, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it.
He could kiss my ass. That's the problem. He also said that the Grammys were insignificant or have zero value, but it's like, sir, you want one.
That's the thing. People, even Jay, they all say how insignificant it is, but yet when they finally get the one. Grammy, it's like, yeah,
y'all now you want one.
Now I have the most Grammys. I have this. I have that. Like, it is what it is. I do get the frustrations that come with these award shows, but you still want it. You still want it.
Yeah, like
you still
want
the award.
And I didn't see this coming. Cardi B announced that she's pregnant with her third baby, while also letting us know that she's divorcing Offset for the third time. Every baby comes with a divorce, Cardi.
How could you not see this happening, Joyhdae? This is like almost deja vu. What?
No, I mean, I see it happening, but I never thought she would actually divorce this man.
Did she actually divorce him, or did she just file for it?
They filed for divorce, and she's now asking for sole custody of the children.
Filing for it means nothing. Filing for it means nothing.
Because she could take that off. They've been going apart now for some time, and so this is like she's serious this time around. Okay. I just want y'all to know that this is the most I don't like you type shit that I have ever seen. How you announce that you having this man's third baby, and then within that be like new beginnings, I'm divorcing you. I don't know what Offset did in these last weeks or whatever, because they was just in Paris at Disney World with Culture and Wave.
You got to be a terrible person.
Up, my boy.
You got to be a terrible person, because I remember both of my children, like, being conceived and being like that whole, we're pregnant and all that. These are some of the best times of my life, and it's like the emotions and all of it it's all great. And so to have hatred in the midst of that is crazy. You got to be a terrible person. I don't know you, but I don't know you, but you got to be terrible.
Terrible. You gotta be awful. You had to have messed up in the most colossal of ways.
Man.
For a woman to be, she's not even like a couple months pregnant, but she's just kind of like, Cardi got a belly. She's at least 6 months, belly. I think they said. So she's in the thick of this pregnancy, but she should be like, oh, I love you. We keep creating life. This is such a blessing. Like, look at us. For her to say, I hate you so much that I don't even want to be married to you anymore.
Oh, man.
You have to be awful. Awful. Hopefully now she releases music, because people are speculating that he's the reason why she doesn't release music, because he gets in her head and tries to like downplay her.
Is that right?
I don't know if that's true, but like they feel like he gets her pregnant to like sabotage her, because like every time she's supposed to have a project, she ends up pregnant.
I mean, if that's the case, that is vile. Like, that is terrible. That is terrible. If that is the case, and she allows that, is also terrible. But like, I don't live in their bedroom, and so I don't know what goes on there. But if that is the case, like, I can't rock with that.
Yeah, nah, that's awful.
That's a terrible tactic.
I wish her a safe pregnancy. I wish her no stress. Hopefully this is what she really wants, and this is not just because listen, after the third time, sweetie, if you don't pull the trigger, we don't want to hear about it anymore. Like, you want Offset, just do what you want Offset do. Leave us out of it. You know what I mean? Like, leave us out of it, because I'm not, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, like, I don't care.
I'll tell you all the time, I have lots of women friends, and so when I was younger, like, first off, I can't deal with the abuse on any level, and so when my friends came to me and was telling me about their exes and whatever, and all the crazy stuff that they did, had lots of big shit to say during that time, only for them to get back together with these people. And then now I gotta be on some smiling, like, if I don't remember what you told me last week, and all that stuff just disappears. Now I don't do that no more. It is what it is. You like it, I love it. Whatever.
My friends know, keep me out your business, because if you tell me something, I hate him for life. Okay? I hate her for life. There's no coming back. If you come to me with big emotions and big problems, I'm holding on to that with my Virgo petty for life. So I don't like that person. And there's nothing they can do short of saving you from a downed airplane like Armando did to Will and them in Bad Boy 4. Other than that, I don't care.
Oh, no.
I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. In news we're supposed to care about, and I'm going to get my Caribbean card revoked. And I apologize in advance.
Oh, I know what you're about to talk about.
Because if I'm going to be, and my whole goal and Ryan's goal in this as well, is to always be 100% honest.
And that's what I'm about to be right now. I want to see what you're about to say.
Vybz Kartel was set free. And apparently, we're supposed to care as Caribbean people. A lot of people are saying Big Boss is home, so forth and so on. I don't care. Not only do I not care, I thought this man was freed 5 years ago.
Which is facts, though. Like, it's like, this man is always like being released from jail, and I'm just like, is it real this time? Like, I don't care. I really don't. Honestly, I really don't.
The amount of texts that I got from Caribbean people, your sister included, letting me know that Vybz Kartel was free, made me feel like I had to go look and pay attention. I promise you, I thought Vybz Kartel was freed 5 years ago. And living his life in Jamaica.
You know how I knew I didn't care? Because I saw images. The man came out of jail with an orange Mary Had a Little Lamb thing tied around his face and all of that, and I was like, God, Jamaicans, y'all make it real hard for me. But I was like, all right, let me give it a little bit of attention. And so then I looked into it a little bit, and I'm like, all right, but why does he look like that? And then I did a little research and then found out he had Graves' disease, and I was like, "Oh boy, I'm sorry. Hope he gets better." And then I was like, over it. I could not do any further, and I could not do any further research. It was just not for me.
The way people were going up as though Nelson Mandela was freed from apartheid back in the day has me befuddled. I'm not gonna hold you. I've never followed Vybz Kartel. Like, you know, if the song comes on and I like it, I may hit a dirty wine, but that's literally where it ends. I proceeded, after your sister sent us, like, the video, I did proceed to, like, go look, and then I saw him in the back of a car, in a car, with his girlfriend, swigging on some liquor. You get out of jail first and you tell them that you need to be freed because of your health condition. Go drink some water. Go drink some water. I was appalled. Listen, my friends would tell you all the time, people don't even know that I'm West Indian just because of how I am, how I talk.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
You only know I'm West Indian when a reggae song come on and it takes me over. I can't help it. Y'all can have my West Indian card when it comes to Vybz Kartel because I don't care. I don't. I'm sorry. I apologize if this makes me.
I told y'all, like, was it last week or the week before, that I had a theory about a reggae dancehall song and why it has subconscious implications when it comes to our dating lives and stuff. A lot of this music is a lot of trash, and it's not something that if we were to read these things out loud and say this is doctrine and this is what I should live by, we wouldn't. I mean, if you're a good person, you wouldn't say, yes, this is the doctrine that I'm living by. And so for me to feel real excited about somebody getting out of jail, like, I would have to feel like they are coming back into society to contribute something that is going to be good for the rest of us. And I don't know that that's what I think I'm going to get. So I don't care, honestly. Good for y'all. Thank you.
I had to just Google him
Y'all Messiah has come back home.
I had to Google him real quickly just to make sure he's not a Virgo. He's not. He's a Capricorn.
I didn't even think about it. Oh my God, I would have been so upset. I'd have been upset.
We was doing so much big talking, and I was like, wait a minute, let me make sure there's not one of them polarizing Virgos we're talking about. Oh, God. In other news, have you heard about the show Catching Predators?
You sent me. Okay, so full transparency, we have like a little bullet point thing that you put together every week. Hey, these are things we potentially might talk about. I knew nothing about it. You know, I don't hang out on social media. And so all I did was type those things into TikTok, and I was lost in the sauce. And I was just like, what is going on in the world? Like, it's bad. It's bad. And I have little girl children. Don't get me started on this, Joyhdae. I know you're about to get me started, so let's see. Let's see what you got. So, for
those who don't know, Catching Predators is on Discord, and it's a series of videos and online activities where individuals basically attempt to expose and confront potential sexual predators by setting them up for, like, meetings with children. And it happens anywhere. They pull up to people's houses in Target, Walmart, parking lots, Popeyes, wherever you name it, they're pulling up. So the content aims basically to raise awareness about the prevalence of predators online on online platforms like Discord, because apparently this is where a lot of these people are meeting children. And it's supposed to serve as a cautionary tale for parents and guardians of minors. I started to pay attention to it because I was seeing videos of male celebrities. I don't know if there's been any female celebrities or women celebrities as of yet taking part in this, where they are also assaulting these predators. I think there was one where, like, the Game punched a man in his face. I saw one where another predator was getting his head shaved, and Little Pump was making him say something. And while I don't think that these people deserve space on Earth, I do concern myself with what this vigilantism is going to do for regular people when they see things like this. Because also, if you assault them, it kind of, in my opinion,
speak words,
dilutes the case against them and helps them, in my opinion, not get the justice that they fully and truly deserve.
Because what do they become now? The victim?
The victim.
I mean, come on, people. Come on. We gotta.
So I really feel like y'all need to think.
I say this all the time. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. It's like, I looked at this thing and I'm just like, oh man, this is why you got to stay in the lives of your children and have conversations with them and make them feel comfortable to have conversations with you, because these people can say anything. And if your kids are vulnerable enough, they are going to go meet with these people, and God knows what's going to happen. Like, we always talking about bring our girls home and like all of these sort of things. Things like this is how it starts, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a very scary, very, very, very scary situation that these old people are reaching out to people. I saw one and it made me so sick to my stomach. This guy was basically like confronted, and he was supposedly talking to an 8-year-old, and he had conversations with this supposed 8-year-old about, you know, him also assaulting his own 4-year-old daughter. And then when they confronted him, he was just like, you wouldn't understand because you don't understand what it is to feel the things that you feel and be attracted to the things that you're attracted to and all that. Joyhdae, when I tell you, I'm not condoning the fact that these vigilantes are making these predators into victims, but some of them need to be victims, because it's just like the rage that boiled up in me. And I was like, why the hell would Joyhdae send this my way for me to look this up? Because like the scenarios floating
Now,
around in my brain.
thing. I am not opposed to sexual predators of any kind getting their asses beat. Just don't do it on camera, where you have actual evidence, and turning them into an actual victim that could help them evade justice in the real way. I feel like it would be more like you already know that the cops are on the way, because they know that you're calling the cops to come get them for whatever it is.
Right.
I feel like it would do more psychological damage to let them know that now we know who you are and we are watching you. And if this happens again, there will be no police involved. You may not say that in as blatantly as I'm saying it, but you know what I mean? Because it's scary. Like, it's scary for parents. And I get it. Like, everyone wants to protect children. Like, that's the utmost, like, I think everyone's like number one priority in life is to like protect children, right? These men deserve to be under the jail, but to see these male celebrities assault them angers me, not because of me feeling bad for the victims, but because, again, I feel like it turns them into victims, and then it loses the plot. Like, the plot has now been lost.
Right. And it's not just, I don't want to make it seem like these perverts are only males. Like, I saw quite a few women also, and couples and all of that type of stuff. Being predators. People. Like, it's super sick. It is very sick. And
to that point, there was even a man just now not just now, but I was on TikTok, and there was a man, they've gotten him suspended, and I don't know how far they've gone, but he had a whole TikTok page where he basically talked about his attraction to young kids and how it was his life's goal these are his words verbatim. It was his life's goal to teach your 10, 11, and 12-year-olds how to make love. Those were his exact words. And outside of those words, what I wanted people to do, and I don't know if they did this, but he had over 100,000 followers. Who was following this man?
Listen, the way that I would find ways to not be caught, and this man's tongue would be removed, his fingers would be removed, his balls and shaft would be removed, like literally things that would not kill him, but it would make it very hard for these people to live a comfortable life.
The way I would tell the cops, we were having a brainstorming session. I don't know what y'all thought Ryan was doing, but I was looking at him physically on FaceTime. I would hold you down so
plain and simple. Like the way that they would be missing patellas. Like,
Listen.
just wake up without a
Listen.
patella.
First of all,
Just random things like that. Like, it's
this
not
is
going
why
to be
I tell
easy for
y'all,
you. It's
he's
not
so
going to be
smart.
easy for you.
Because who just randomly says missing a patella?
Y'all need to look that
Out
up
of
so
all
that
the
when you look it up and figure out what a patella is, you're gonna be like, damn, how does he function after
Only
that? Mm-hmm.
Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Only
Mm-hmm.
Ryan. I just I don't know. It's just
shatter
weird.
his femur. Yes. His femur.
Shatter it all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we're gonna do. I know children need to be protected. I know that there needs to be. It's like these mommy bloggers or vloggers who put their children on socials in almost like leading ways, like showing your daughter eating a hot dog, and it saved 30,000 times. I like there's one little girl who does videos with her mom. It's her and her mom in the videos forever. My friend Renee and I share videos of her because she literally looks like, if I had a daughter, this is what my daughter would look like and this is how my daughter would act. But never once have I thought to myself, let me save a video of this child. And there are parents who, and I get it, like, it's a way to make money, it's a way to get your kid exposure, whatever, I get it. But there's a way to do it where it doesn't feel like you're manipulating your children for a seedy audience. And some of these parents are doing it for a seedy audience. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should show your kids eating food because the things that people do with things like that. I don't think you should show your kids, and call me a prude if you want to, I don't think kids, little boys or little girls, should be shown at swimming pools in bathing suits or trunks or anything of that nature, because there are sick people who take these innocent videos. And these are not parents who are looking for this type of attention. Some people just like to document it. I get it. But there's sick people in the world who are doing nasty things with your children's videos. And that's just my biggest concern when it comes to it too. Because, like, there's this one mother who would have a video. They beat her for filth every couple of months on socials. But, like, she'll show her daughter, like, riding a play horse. But then, like, she'll slow it down.
All right.
Or, like, she'll flip off the horse. And, like, so it's just, it's bad.
We have to, I think we're running late, but you have to change the subject, at least because a lot of my jokes are suggestive, the jokes that I have, and I can't follow this topic with those dad jokes. Like,
I got it.
It's just,
I wasn't going to talk about it.
Man.
I wasn't going to talk about it, so we're going to keep this very brief. Tiffany Haddish is dumb. And the reason I say Tiffany Haddish is dumb is because Tiffany Haddish was in a grocery store and decided to film herself surprised that there are grocery stores in Africa. And I just need Tiffany Haddish to know that
she went to Zimbabwe and walked into the store and was just like, oh my gosh, I'm in Zimbabwe. And I walked in to a grocery store. They have a grocery store.
She said,
look at how nice it is. They have, nice things and fresh things in a grocery store in Zimbabwe. And I was just like,
let me give you a direct quote.
Girl.
She said,
oh my God.
Look at this grocery store. It's huge. It's absolutely humongous in Africa, baby. What did you think they did, Tiffany? You thought they went out to backyards and was just climbing trees and spearing, like, what did you think was happening? Yeah. And then when they asked her about it, this idiot talking about something, she did it because, explaining that she attempted to challenge misconceptions about Africa that she and many Americans had been taught. I never thought that Africans didn't have grocery stores. I've also never thought that they lived in huts. Like, I figured that, like most places, they have modern luxuries like every other place does. Like,
I'm constantly telling my Nigerian friends that I can't keep up with y'all. Like, don't invite me places because I can't match y'all fly. Like, they got money. Like, I'm talking about, like, if I could go and live the life of a king in Nigeria right now, I'd probably do that because their lifestyle just looks so much nicer than mine. Like, so what are we talking about?
I just hate that they tried to play in our faces, or she tried to play in our faces and be like, I'm just trying to challenge misconceptions about Americans. Sweetie, you think that if people eat organic fruit that it cures cancer. We don't need you doing anything about people's misconceptions. Those were your misconceptions, and you thought a lot of people thought like you.
Oh
but
my
Google
God.
has been free for quite a long time.
Listen. She
So
thinks
you could have easily Googled. You could have easily Googled.
Yo.
Are there grocery stores in Africa? Which in of itself is ignorant. But since you want to be ignorant, you could have been ignorant in private.
Yeah. Didn't have to
and
bring
left
us
us
in.
out of it.
Yeah, she could have left us out of it. She thinks that they're running around in loincloths and like, just running down gazelles and cheetahs until they get tired so they can like, stab them with a spear and bring home their harvest for the family in the huts and the villages with no running water, That's what she's thinking.
Ma'am.
That's what she's thinking.
And let's be quite frank. There are plenty of places in the great old US of A that don't have access to grocery stores. So let's not play like everybody else is like we're so far advanced. Like, let's talk about it if you want to talk about it.
Let's talk about food deserts right here in good old Brooklyn in New York City. Let's talk about that, where you can only get certain types of food and can't get other types of food. You can't go on TikTok and see a recipe and then go to your grocery store and try to find the ingredients. Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
like, let's be 100% real.
Okay. I have jokes, all right? Because we have to wrap this thing up because like these edits take me way too long, so we can't keep going.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Do you know how to find a nude man on a beach?
Oh God.
It's not hard.
Where's your wife? Where is your wife? Wow. What do a small pair of underpants and a small dance floor have in common?
A small pair of underpants and a small dance floor. I don't know, Joyhdae. What?
No ballroom.
Oh gosh. All right. How are boobs and toys similar?
How, Ryan?
Both are made for kids, but the dads usually end up playing with them.
Yo, you were not lying when you said your jokes were out
dad
there
jokes.
This week. Okay.
Dad jokes.
Okay.
Dad jokes.
If Yoda lives in a swamp, why doesn't he smell bad?
God, it has to do with something Yoda says. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so I don't know. What?
He uses the Yoda rent.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Oh, that tickled me.
What is it called when you donate a bunch of vibrators to charity?
Oh, God. A good time?
Toys for Twats.
Right.
I had to come correct this week. No pun intended.
You're wow. There goes the title of the episode. What's the difference between Iron Man and Aluminum Man?
Oh, I saw this joke. I don't remember it. Oh my God, I saw this joke. Oh, man. What, Joyhdae? Iron
Man stops bad guys. Aluminum Man just foils their plans.
This is not the joke that I found. Okay. All right. That's not terrible. Okay. All right. If a little person tells you that your hair smells nice, would that be considered sexual harassment?
Oh, God. I knew where that was going. Oh, my God. I knew where that was going. I just knew.
Oh, God.
Oh, this one is not as funny, but I'm going to get it off anyway. A dad joke doesn't become a dad joke until it's full grown. Get it? Grown. Like, Okay, fine, scrap it since you didn't get it. Don't look at me like that.
Wow. Virgo season show at gmail.com is the email address. Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Y'all know what emails do, so send an email.
You can also follow us at Virgo Season Show on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Man.
You can find Ryan at Black Ryan on social medias, or you can find me at Joyhdae on social media.
Okay, all right. Who was the most popular man at a nudist colony's Christmas party?
Oh, God. The man who pitched a tent?
No. The man who came with 2 cups of hot chocolate in his hands and a dozen donuts. Bye now.
Virgo season!